So what's the best thing about having a cigar lounge? It's open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. And you're watching Ray's Cigar Lounge. And tonight's cigar, we are hanging out with the Don Smith Series Dee, that is. This cigar is a very light, inexpensive cigar. It's very easy on the palate. This is an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, and it has a Dominican long filler. Basically, that's just the build of the cigar. You can smoke it pretty much anytime, anywhere. It's not a harsh smoke. It's a very light, easy, kind of creamy, smooth smoke. If you're really looking to get into cigars for the first time, this is a really good one to start with. It usually comes in packs and comes in bundles, but you can get it on its own as well wherever cigars are sold. I got this one in particular from Cigars International. They usually have some pretty good deals there, so check that out on there. And yeah, man, this is a perfect cigar for the ambience that we have in the cave tonight, and pick this up wherever cigars are sold. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of Ray's Cigar Lounge. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. And if you haven't already, please share this video with your friends and go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to be able to share more of our content with you, and join our Facebook page too. A lot of great conversations, a lot of great content there as well. Share your love of cigars, and maybe pick up a tip or two. I always learn something every time I'm in the group. I'm almost up to 50 people, and yeah, it's always a good time there. So tonight I just want to go over a little bit of cigar etiquette with you, as we're doing a little bit of late night lounging in the cigar lounge tonight. It's about 12 in the morning here, so just had a couple of thoughts wanted to wrap to you guys, and just some of my things about cigar etiquette, and what to do, your do's and don'ts, and things like that. So I wanted to start with one of my first points in an interesting story from back in the day. So I can't believe it's been a decade now since this happened, but we used to go to a little cigar lounge here in Birmingham, and we'd play poker on Tuesdays with a couple of local people here. Wouldn't play for money, but you just play for cigars and prizes and little things they had there in the store. And I walk in, and here's number one, one of your biggest things you don't ever do. Young mid 20s kid, don't ever bring a stick or a cigar that's not sold in their store. Otherwise, don't bring something off the streets or something you got somewhere else and walk in and sit down and in their lounge and be like, hey, I got a stick. And I did this a few times. And the older gentleman who ran the store, he walked up to me because he saw me come in frequently. I'd come in, hang out, play, play poker. But I wouldn't always go to the back, buy a cigar, then come back, sit down, play the game. And I think, I don't know, it was like the third or fourth time I came, he noticed it. I think I had my little cigar carrier and all that. I walked in, I always had a little spot at the table. You didn't buy, like I said, you don't buy in, you don't gamble, but you just sit down and, I think they give you so many chips or whatever. Chips, you lose, and so on and so forth. So I sat down, and the man noticed me, and he noticed I didn't go to the back, and he walked up to me, like, just angry old man, just had like this really intimidating demeanor and persona about him. And he walks up to me, he's like, "Is that one of my cigars?" And I didn't even hear him. He just like kind of came up from behind me, like almost, very quietly, and I was like, "No," and I'll go, like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "You can smoke the cigar, but don't come in here again without buying my product." And this man, it was a white man, and his face just turned red. And I'm like, oh goodness, I'm like, what? I'm like, did I do something wrong? And looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, you don't bring in your own stuff if it's not something they don't sell or anything. Huge, huge red no no. So always support local. Always support, the owners, the makers, and the people that are there. And if you do bring in something, of course, ask for their, permission to do so, and just keep it cool, just be cool. So, first thing I learned there, is don't bring in any of your other stuff off the streets. Big no no. So another thing about cigar etiquette that and it kind of bothers me, it's kind of a pet peeve too. Don't treat this like a cigarette. It's a cigar. It's a work of art. It's beautiful, magnifique, wonderful. So don't ash it like if you ash a cigarette or whatever. It's not the same thing, y'all. What you do with it is if you get it to, and I haven't gotten it down to a certain point, but once you get it to a certain ash or certain point, you just want to kind of let it rest on your cigar ashtray. And either if you're done with it, just let it kind of burn out over time, or you can just let the ash naturally fall off. And this is a beautiful thing. You know, treat it with delicacy. Treat it. It's an art. The manufacturer, as I mentioned earlier, out with the Mr. Smith here, he doesn't want you to just put it out and ash him. Let him delicately. Let him ash out. Let it burn out. Let it sit there and just kind of cool down. You know, if you're done with it, just let it, like I said, let it ash out. Come back to it later, relight it. You can do that. It's okay to do that. But if not, put it away, cut it, toss it out or and. But yeah, just don't ever treat it like a cigarette. When they make cigars, they get the tobacco, they get the filler, all that's coming naturally from the ground. It's binded up, it's rolled up, no additives, no craziness, no chemicals in it, just straight up tobacco from the ground, and it is a beautiful thing, y'all. And that's why I love it so much. I love the smell of the tobacco. I love the ambiance because it's just natural. It just feels nice. Now, of course, guys, every cigar is a little bit different, lighter, darker, somewhere in the middle, but nothing too crazy. No crazy chemicals, additives, none like that in your natural cigars. For another piece of etiquette, if you will, is don't throw away the wrapper, or don't just like rip off the wrapper. You can actually slide it off. This maybe people have a little bit of a different opinion to the wrapper. Some people like to wait until it's all the way to the end of the cigar to kind of pull down the wrapper. I like to kind of slowly slide it off if I can, not really messing up the outside of the cigar either. But if it's something that's going to kind of tear up the foundation of the cigar, I'll probably wait to do it. Till it's a little closer to the end. But just don't rip off the wrapper, or don't even toss away the wrapper. There are a lot of really creative things you can do with it, and I've seen a couple of Facebook groups and even some YouTube videos where they're putting together the wrapper and they're creating like a collage. I've actually collected some of mine all the way from college up to now. Still got to find some of them, but most of them I put in my basket right over there. I know y'all can't see it, but most of my wrappers are in there. And I'm thinking of putting a collage kind of like on the side of the refrigerator over there of all the cigars I've smoked. And some people, I think one guy did one with a cell phone. He kind of put it into a clear um, holder, and he just put like the cigar wrappers in there and did it like that. I think one lady put it on her table and kind of put a collage of them like that. I'm gonna maybe put it either on one of my glass tables and kind of have like the wrappers showing, or I may just do it on the side. But don't throw out the wrappers. Wrappers have a significance and has a meaning to it. It's what binds the cigar together. And it shows that craftsmanship and showsmanship from the maker of that cigar. It's like, hey, this is the Don Smith Series Dee. This is the cigar what you're enjoying right now. So have respect for that. Have respect for that maker. Have respect for that that wrapper, that binder, and hey, hold on to it. A lot of creative stuff you can do. And my last little pet peeve that I have for cigar etiquette is y'all don't put down people who aren't smoking like quote the same caliber of a cigar that you have. I mean, like I said, the Don Smith Series Dee, it's a great smoke. It's a very inexpensive smoke, and it's just tastes really good. You know, I mean, look, we're a community. Share that love with cigars with everybody, and it don't even matter what you're smoking, man. Just fellowship, come together over a good cigar. Enjoy everybody, the diversity of everyone. Smoking various cigars, and then whatever level or caliber, price, make, etc. Doesn't matter, man. Fun story. In a few episodes, or I think the very first episode I did, I talk about this cigar shop called Havana Dreamin' in Montgomery. And back in college, me and a couple of my buddies, we used to have the cigar Sundays, and we'd all get together and all that stuff, and it was great. And we go to the back room, or actually with the cigars, or the humidor room, and we go pick up a stick. And I pick up a couple of sticks. I think I pick up some Oliva sticks. I don't even remember the V series. I had to remember back, but my buddy Kevin picks up this cigar. It was kind of an off-brand cigar. I think it was called the Vegas or Vega cigar, and it was like a $5 cigar. I've smoked it before. It's okay, not my favorite cigar, but it's pretty good if you want to just sit back and chill and smoke one. And so we get up to the register, and and I go first. I ring up my cigars. It's blah 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 blah. It toss this much. And he looks at the cigars like, oh, Oliva, that's a good brand. Yeah, yeah, you got good taste, young man. Like, yeah, okay, thank you, sir. Talking to the clerk and everything. I go stand to the side, or I go in the back room waiting on Kevin to get his order. And as I'm walking back there, I hear them ringing it up, and it just has one or two. He may have had two of them that day, but the clerk is like, he looks at Kevin and says, there you go. That's an interesting one that you have there." And Kevin's like, "Well, is this good?" "Well, it's okay. I wouldn't smoke it. I'd step it up to another one." Now, I don't know if the guy was trying to upsell him or really trying to put him down for what the cigar he had, but it just gave Kevin kind of just like maybe this is crap when I'm smoking. He liked that cigar, and that was one of his favorite, one of his go-tos. Just like we all have go-tos, right? But it made him feel a little bit bad for smoking that cigar or just having that cigar. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know he made you feel that bad. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, man. He said this one really good one. He liked yours though, and I'm like, and I just like Oliva cigars. And I was like, well, Kevin, just smoke what you like, man. We're all just hanging out, having a good time. I think we're watching the game or something. Doesn't matter. Man, you smoke, you do you, man. So don't put anybody else down or, whatever they're smoking, light, medium, dark, whatever the make is. Enjoy your stick. Enjoy what you're doing, man, and just relax. Just relax. Everybody's different. Everyone's palates are different. There's no right or wrong answer, and that's why I love doing this so much. And I love just making content and smoking sticks. So love one another, guys. And that's going to be it for this video. If you like what you saw, once again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video with any of your friends, cigar enthusiasts, cigar aficionados, people like that. And of course, join the Facebook community that I have in Ray Cigar Lounge. It's a great group of people who like sharing cigars, sharing our love for cigars and things like that. Join the conversation. Always learning something new there. Honestly, I'd like to get up to 50 subscribers so I can live stream. I know YouTube's a little different. You got to get up to so many subscribers to do that. So love to be able to join and get more involved in the YouTube community. But I'm having a lot of fun making these videos and just showing what I love to do. Hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.